Hi, my name is Virapat Pimanakam. This video presentation is talk about transport layer. The transport layer provides a process-to-process communication between two application layers. Communication is provided using a logical connection. The transport layer is responsible for providing services to the application layer. It receives services from the network layer. It is process-to-process communication. Addressing is port numbers. ICNN ranges, well-known ports, registered ports, dynamic ports, and encapsulation and decapsulation, multiplexing and demultiplexing, flow control, pushing or pulling, flow control at transport layer and buffers, error control, sequence numbers and acknowledgement, and combination of flow and error control is sliding window. Congestion control, connectionless and connection-oriented. Connectionless service, connection-oriented service, and finite state machine. Network layer versus transport layer. The first duty, process-to-process communication. A process is an application layer entity or running program. The network layer is computer level or host-to-host communication. Port numbers. Addressing is port numbers or multi-user and multi-programming. The local host, local process, or remote host and remote process. The local host and the remote host is IP addresses. The processes is port numbers start with 0 between 65,000 and 535, 16-bit. The client program or the ephemeral port number short-lived more than 1023. Universal port numbers for servers. Well-known port numbers the daytime client process 52,000. The daytime server process is 30. IP addresses versus port numbers. IP address or port numbers different roles in selecting the final destination of data. The destination IP address is the host among the different hosts in the world. The port number one of the processes on this particular host. ICNN ranges. ICNN is stand for Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. Well-known ports assigned and controlled by ICANN. Registered ports register with ICANN to prevent duplication. Dynamic ports neither controlled nor registered. use and temporary or private. Socket address. Socket address is a pair of socket addresses, the client socket address and the server socket address. So in socket address it has IP address and port number. Encapsulation and decapsulation. The packets at the transport layer in the Internet is user diagrams or segments or packets. We refer to transport layer payloads as packets. Multiplexing and demultiplexing. Multiplexing or many to one. An entity accepts items from more than one source. Demultiplexing or one to many is an entity that delivers items to more than one source. Pushing or pulling. Flow control is balance between production and consumption rates. Prevent losing. Pushing is the sender delivers items without a prior request from the consumer. Pulling is the producer delivers the item after the consumer has requested them. Flow control at the transport layer. The sending process, producer, pushing. The sending transport layer, a customer and producer. The receiving transport layer, a customer and producer. The receiving process is a customer pulling. Alert control at the transport layer. The sending and receiving transport layers. The receiving transport layer manages error control by informing the sending transport layer about the problems. Sliding window is circular format. Sliding window is linear format. It is combination of flow and error control. For the flow control, uh, we use two buffers. And error control, we use the sequence and acknowledgement numbers, two requirements combined by two number buffers. Congestion control, routers and switches. Buffers is the mechanisms and techniques that control the congestion and keep the load below the capacity. Connectionless service. Independency between packets, no flow control, no error control, no congestion control. Connection-oriented service. Dependency between packets, flow control, error control, congestion control. Connectionless and connection-oriented service represented as FSMS